Hi everybody, it's your friend Daniel Hutchins. We are back again. We are back again. We are outside right now and we have Earth Dallas the puppy. Yeah, we have Dallas. Because it's Dan and Dallas the puppy show. Yes, it's Dan the Dallas the puppy show. Yeah, we just got back again from where we normally go, a normal ride. And then yeah, we came back, you know, got breakfast again, And then now we're out here outside while my dad tries to recover, tries to rest and kind of wants to relax because this morning there was a little bit of a ruffle, but it was handled. And I was trying to be apologetic and say, hey, Dad, I'm sorry. Hey, I'm sorry. And luckily for me, I was like, oh yeah, we're good. Me and my dad are on the same page at least. But like I said, that's whatever though. But anyway, I was more disappointed than the enemy. Yeah. Anyway, there's not really much to really talk about beside the fact that yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog is still one of the top 10 movies in the world right now. Yes, Sonic the Hedgehog is still one of the top 10 movies in the world right now. And it's still in theaters. And there's a bit of controversy surrounding it, saying, oh yeah, they're trying to say, oh yeah, they try to make Disney look like the loser. Because, no, Sonic is better than Lion King. Yeah, we talked about that 2 months ago. You already know that, because I told you so. But anyway, aside and abide by the fact that Sonic the Hedgehog is doing really good in theaters right now. And other comic book entertainment news, there's not really too much more going on. Not this week, not next week, but at the end of the month, we still have that woke ass Spider-Man show. Where I told you about it had the cross-gender swap. The cross-gender and the swaps and the race swaps and shit. With the black Flash Thompson, the black this, the black that, and all the yada yada and this and that. Yeah, I talked about that 2 months ago too. In case you guys don't know, I have been talking about that friendly neighborhood Spider-Man and how much of a woke piece of disaster piece that is. I'm gonna give it a try, but again, if I don't like it, then I'm not going to be going back to it. But again, I'm going to give it a try, even though I'm originally against it. I don't know. Just because, it's part of the Phase 5 of the Marvel Universe. Given that, it's not like it's live action, it's animated. And so, yeah. And because most of the time, I'm standing around at home being bored, twiddling my fucking thumbs and staring at a wall and sitting in a chair doing nothing but mindlessly, brainlessly watching television, then yeah, I gotta have something. So I'm just gonna go after it anyway, just basically kind of hope and pray for the best. But I know I told you a couple days ago how I gave Creature Commandos a try and I gave Skeleton Crew a try, and those had both finally wrapped. So yeah, now with those topics off the picture, now we gotta focus on our sights on other things, which means we gotta focus our sights onto friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, and we also gotta focus on other current stuff, like we said we were going to talk about Captain America. But as far as Captain America, yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. Thaddeus Ross becomes president of the United States, and Sam Wilson has to basically, confront him and basically be like, hey, what you're doing to the world is not good, bro. What you're doing to the world is not good. And then he tries, to confront him about it and all that stuff. So yeah, I don't know. I think it might be a C average movie. That's just my take. I think it's going to be a C average movie. I don't think it's going to be anything more than a C level movie. Just saying. I'm just going to go after it and just say I think Captain America Brave New World is going to be a C level movie, which means it means that I don't give a score of Captain America no later than a C, or not anything above a C, because on a grade scale, I think I give that movie a C, just basically without seeing it myself, and with the little bit I saw from trailer. Yeah, I give that Rebel a C, just because, based on the details and spoilers and all that other stuff I already know about almost the whole entire thing. So again, it's like, do I really want to waste 2 hours and 20 minutes just watching a movie when I already know it already months ahead of time? That's like, really? But then again, it's like, yeah, that's kind of what the responsibilities are here in comic book universe. You gotta always be like, hey, keep your eyes on the prize, just like Violet Beauregarde said. Keep your eyes on the prize until the end. It's like, come on, you know that the movie's not going to fare that well, but yet why are they making it? Well, because Marvel and Disney and everybody else is desperate, and they're trying to bank a buck. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to bank a buck and try to make a movie that's trying to be worth a shit. But in all honesty, it's not anything that's special at all. In fact, it's a sequel among sequel among sequel. So if Disney and Marvel are meanwhile pushing off all these sequels, meanwhile Walt Disney World, the park, is starting to be like, oh, we're going to make these big construction changes. We're going to make these big construction changes in Walt Disney World Orlando. Be like, oh yeah, that's another topic I told you about a couple of months ago too. I told you about 2 months ago on my Facebook live show. I told you about how Walt Disney World was going to be changing up Hollywood Studios and Magic Kingdom and everything else. Oh yeah, they're going to be changing Animal Kingdom too. They're going to be changing out 3 different parks. Oh yeah, they're changing like everything. They're taking down Dinosaur off of Animal Kingdom. They're removing the Muppets, and they're moving Tom Sawyer Island. So it's like, oh yeah. So it's like, what's their classic left there? Like, not anything. So it's like, if those are like the last of the classics there in Walt Disney World, it's like, oh yeah, I think Disney is really trying to up the bar a little too much. And they're like, oh yeah, people don't want to go to the park anymore because they'd be charging up the ass just to get in the park. And then when you get to the park, there's so much shit. It's like, you don't know what you're doing. And meanwhile, it's like, oh yeah, all the stuff that your mom and dad grew up with when they went to Disney World is not there anymore because everybody wants to clear and way and make new things. And then instead of building with more stuff, they're taking away old stuff to make new stuff. It's really stupid. But anyway, it's like they're always like trying to go like out with the old, in with the new. I think that's what the old saying is. Out with the old, in with the new. I think that's what Disney's trying to do. But again, I think I'm 90% certain that's what they're doing. Like, they're out with the old and in with the new. And meanwhile, a lot of people are feeling kind of skeptical about this new stuff because it's like, oh yeah, we're going to have Pixar sequels. We're going to have a Zootopia sequel. We're going to have Avatar sequels. We're going to have more live action classic adaptations. It's like, do we need that really? No, we don't. Do we need that really? No. But it's like, oh yeah. Meanwhile, Walt Disney, again himself, is rolling in his grave, wondering why people are throwing away his legacy, and be like, oh yeah, they just want to disrespect it. They just want to disrespect it, and not give any regard to him at all, because everybody's like, oh, they don't care about classic stuff anymore. They don't care about classic stuff anymore. So they just want to do all the 2010 stuff. Like the Frozen, like Zootopia, like, the Princess and Frog, the Rapunzel, and all that other shit. It's like, you really, really think people would want to invest their hard-earned money and hard-earned time to go to a park when you realize that it doesn't have any of the classic stuff anymore? Well, no, I don't think anybody would. And to be honest, I could see in the future that Walt Disney World is going to fail. Yeah, I think like long after I'm dead, or probably, I think long after I'm dead, I think there'll probably be archaeologists going into Florida or going into California and being, hey, look at these old ancient ruins of what used to be Walt Disney. I say, oh yeah, whoop-de-woo, whoop-de-woo. It's like, at the same time, it's like, nobody cares about anything classic anymore. Nobody nowadays cares about anything anymore. And it's really downright sad. It's really downright sad. Because it's like, oh yeah, meanwhile, like most of the older population of adults, I was like, oh yeah, this thing that we used to go to, that we used to have as a family attraction, is not there anymore because now they replaced it with some other stupid thing. It's like, yeah. It's like, don't even bother. It's like, what the hell? It's like, sometimes it's like, you wake up in the morning, you put your pants on one leg at a time, you put your sweater on, it's like, oh shit. Then you realize how cold the world is. And it's like, oh. Then it's like, oh yeah. It's like, why do I bother waking up and going to see people and do things with people when people just don't care? Why is it like people just wander around, mosey abound, and just be like, hey, what am I going to be doing in my life today? And it's like kind of sort of like that, sort of in a way. But long story short, y'all, I'll see you later. I'll do another quick one. I'll see you later.